Have you ever seen a plant that's older than dinosaurs? This is the horsetail plant, one of the oldest living plant species on Earth, over 350 million years old. It has these beautiful bamboo-like stems, grows naturally near water, and is known for its incredible resilience. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I propagated this ancient plant from water rooting to planting in soil. And I'll also share what worked for me, what didn't, and a small experiment I'm trying with the pot setup. Let's see how to propagate horsetail plant. I actually found these horsetail stems during a road trip, right outside a small restaurant where we stopped for evening tea. These plants were growing wild. I gently took a few stems to try propagating them at home, just to see how they would grow. Once I reached home, I placed the cuttings in a glass jar filled with clean water. I made sure the water level stayed just above the first node, because that's exactly where horsetail begins to form new roots. Over the next few weeks, I started seeing the first signs of growth. Thin, brown, thread-like roots began emerging from the nodes, exactly how horsetail roots normally look when they start forming. And along with the roots, tiny new shoots also began to appear, showing that the plant was settling in really well. I changed the water every few days to keep it clean, and kept the jar in bright, indirect light, which helped the roots develop steadily. Now let's move on to the planting part. First, the soil. I'm reusing the soil that I removed from an old pot after repotting another plant. Instead of throwing away the old soil, I wanted to refresh it and make it usable again. So I spread it out and kept it in sunlight for an entire day. Sun-drying the soil has a lot of benefits. It helps kill fungus, insects, and hidden pests. It evaporates excess moisture, and it makes the soil lighter and fresher. To enrich this old soil, I've added a compost mix to make the soil a little more fertile. Now the soil has become nutrition-rich, refreshed, and ready to be used again. For the pot, I'm reusing this medium-sized pot as well. Ideally, many gardeners prefer pots without holes for horsetail, so the soil stays constantly wet. But since I didn't have one handy, I'm using this pot with drainage holes. And to make it work for horsetail, I'm trying something different. I'll place this pot inside a tray that I'll keep filled with water. This setup keeps the soil moist when the tray has water. And when the tray dries out, the roots get a little air circulation, so the plant naturally gets both moisture and airflow. At the bottom of the pot, I've placed a small net. This prevents the soil from washing out while still allowing water to move freely. While filling the pot, I'm not taking the soil all the way up to the rim. I'm intentionally leaving a little space at the top. This gap is very useful. It prevents overflow while watering, and as the horsetail grows, it sends up new shoots that can push the soil upward. Leaving some room gives those new shoots the space they need to expand without spilling soil out of the pot. Next, I moved to the propagated plants. Before planting, I need to separate the rooted cuttings because the roots were in water for so long that they had become slightly tangled inside the jar. So I gently separated them by hand. I was very careful during this step because horsetail roots are thin and delicate, and I didn't want to damage any fresh growth. After separating them, I created 3 individual bunches. Now I have 3 healthy bunches ready to go into the soil. Instead of planting all the bunches in one place, I'm spacing them out in different sections of the pot. This gives each group enough room to spread and helps the plant grow fuller and denser over time. I'm gently making small holes in the soil with my fingers and placing each bunch inside. Then pressing the soil lightly around it so the stems stay upright and stable. You don't want to press too hard because that can damage the delicate roots. Now all the bunches are planted, and the pot already looks fuller, greener, and ready to grow into a tall, lush clump of horsetail. Since I wanted to try something a little different, I'm placing the pot inside a small tub. This tub will collect the extra water and keep the soil consistently moist. Once the tub dries out, the roots will naturally get some air circulation. And because water isn't constantly standing at the bottom, the chances of fungal infection or rotting remain very low. If needed, I can simply refill the tub again to maintain continuous moisture. After planting, I'll keep this newly potted horsetail in a semi-shaded area where it gets partial sunlight and good airflow. Now that the cuttings are planted in soil, the next few weeks are very important. Horsetail has simple needs, but it responds really well when you follow these basic care steps. Light. Keep the plant in bright, indirect light or gentle shade. New cuttings can get stressed under strong direct sun, so filtered light is perfect for early growth. Water. Horsetail loves moisture more than most plants. Make sure the soil stays consistently damp, never fully dry. Think of it like a naturally swamp-loving plant that thrives when the soil is always wet. Temperature. A moderate to warm climate helps the roots strengthen. It does well in typical indoor or balcony temperatures, as long as there are no extreme swings. Important tip. During the first few weeks, keep checking the soil frequently. If the top layer looks dry, add water immediately. This plant grows best in a slightly boggy, moisture-rich environment. Placement and decoration ideas. Horsetail has a tall, bamboo-like look that instantly adds calm and structure to any space. Zen corners. Place it near pebbles or a small fountain for a soothing, spa-like vibe. Balconies. Great for semi-shaded balconies, adds height and pairs well with ferns and other lush greens. Near water features. Looks beautiful beside water trays or mini fountains since it naturally loves moist surroundings. Modern indoor decor. Its clean vertical lines work well in living rooms or entry corners with a simple ceramic pot. Privacy or green divider. Group multiple stems to create a natural, tall green screen. And that's how this ancient horsetail plant has started a new life right here in my garden. It's amazing to see something older than dinosaurs grow so easily with just a little care. I hope this inspires you to try your own propagation experiments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to your Garden Buddy. Thank you for watching.